I was born on the 4th of April so that people can send me a birthday gift. 4th of April, 1934, and my mother died in 1938. But with the ID, I'm 81 years old. The reason was, when I went for Udompasi, I think people remember, when we were first documented. I was born in the morning, and she was born in the afternoon. She was a very tall girl. You could see the tall people that came to receive. She was tall and hefty, and I was that small, malnourished little girl. And then when I told them my date of birth, because I grew up in a family that never believed there was no baptism, there was no paperwork at all. And then I started nursing at the age of 30, and I was passionate about helping others, because the whole community of Underberg, in a deep rural area, everybody was helping me. We had only one rondavel with no windows, and I grew up being brought up by my father, who used to drink like a fish and smoke like a chimney. He was not working. He was a medical reject from the mines. He had pneumoconiosis. So now and then I would run to the neighbors and say, my father is not well, and his chest is not working, not even understanding what it is. And they would run, take a horse, put him on a horse, straight to the clinic to be injected so that the chest that is tight can be released. So he has to do something. So I've been a community health nurse, as it was said, and I love helping people who are struggling. In Underberg, there was no health service, and I was taken there because I'm not married, and I'm not in love, because men were too decent to propose me. I was sent to Underberg to start a health service, being from Greytown, which I started 4 mobile services. When I arrived there, I found that people are really struggling. The diseases that were killing most people was leprosy, TB, and children were dying of measles, you name it, and polio. We had a lot of polio clients. So I decided to negotiate with farmers, because it's a farm area. There are 2 rivers that you have to cross. If it's raining, it's impossible to reach that hospital. There were no bridges. So the problem that we had, after I tried to contain these diseases like leprosy, TB, and immunizing the children, and then I was happy. I even patted myself on my shoulder. Well done, short Abigail. But it didn't work, because HIV came and it was killing the parents in pairs. The mother would die, the father would die, and there were a lot of child-headed homes. And I thought, how am I going? I used to go from house to house taking food parcels, because with the government, we have to have an ID to apply for the grant. So what would a 12-year-old do to support the siblings? It was off. Then I decided I have to do something. Most fortunately, I ended up retiring at the age of 65 like a man. You know, men retired 65, females 60. So I held on, but I thought, let me retire. So I retired and started Clouds of Hope Children's Care Center, and I had a drop-in center where I used to test people for HIV. When I visited, they said, please, 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 just take this child. It's an orphan. There is nobody who's visiting her. The mother died during delivery, and she's an extreme prem. She's 940 grams. And anyway, if you take her, because we know that we've got love, what's going to happen? In 3 weeks' time, she'll be dead. Just imagine giving somebody together with a death sentence. So I said, why are you giving me? Because I've got other children. Now you're planning a funeral in a home, children's home. They said, oh, please, please, they begged me. No, looking at the child, I felt sorry because I've got such love for children. I always think of my suffering. Then I decided, no, let me take her. They brought her up in a carry court, in a doll's carry court. She was tiny like anything at the age of 1 year. They said, in 3 weeks' time, she'll be gone. She didn't die after 3 weeks. And then I was directed to take her to Grace. At Grace Hospital, it's a big hospital. The doctor said, come aside, I want to tell you something. This child has got muscular dystrophy. She's going to die at any moment. When the heart packs up, she's definitely going to die. And then I said, doctor, for how long must I wait for that death so that I can prepare for the funeral? She said, well, it's not going to take long. How old is the child now? The child then was 4 years. She didn't die. Then they referred me to Albert Tully in Durban. I met a professor there, a neurologist, who said to me, this child is not going to live at the age of 9. Then I said, doctor, I'm just here because I've been sent by doctors. I said 30. When I recounted, it's 42 children just under me. Some are adopted, some are fostered. And I didn't look at the color when I admitted the children in the home. I looked at the child, not the color. So I've brought up 3 white children, 2 Indian children, and 4 colored children amongst the black children. And people kept on asking, Abby, don't you worry when these children mix up. And I was more excited to see youngsters because I only graduated in community nursing science at the age of 62.